Hey everybody, it's Brendan. Thanks again for joining me down here in the lair. So the Captain FedEx guy dropped off my next package as promised for Monday delivery. So what I want to do with you is take a quick discussion as to, again, why I chose this. I kind of explained it in my last video when I showed you the shop lights and the replacement and the things that I went with there. So just want to cut and go through that again. We are on ambulance duty tonight, so we're on call, so hopefully the pager doesn't go off. If so, we're going to wind up stopping halfway through and I'm jetting out of here. So before I get to unboxing the Futura, just a little bit, this is version 2. Why did I pick it and why do we like these videos? So I guess first things first. So Tower Hobbies Horizon Hobby put these things on sale the other day, version 1, and they took off like $20 or $30 off of these things, but it sparked my interest to go look at it. I've been hot in the market for some more free wing planes, the L39, the A10, but just wasn't ready to pull the trigger on them quite yet. I have some other new ones that I'm still playing around with and still really enjoy flying, as well as some old ones. But got looking at the version 1. I kind of like the purple color scheme, but there's an upgraded version with the version 2. So I started looking at some of the differences, and for the other $30, why would you not? Nah, I guess it's closer to 40. Why would you not go with the upgraded version? So what is different? There's quite a few differences, but some of the ones that stood out to me was, number one, it's got a 100 kV bigger motor in it, so pointy and faster is always better, isn't it? There's no frills to it, there's no lights and things like that. It does have a gear door and retracts, which is cool on kind of standard for most of these. It does have the plug and play sockets in the wings, so it doesn't have a lot of the cables and stuff that you have to plug together. It's only a 41-inch wingspan, so it's not like it's huge and takes up a ton of space. Most of my stuff I haul in a trailer anyway. So plug and play wings, has 13-gram servos in this, so they're a little bit better with the servos. The latch is different in this one. I kind of like the teal color, though, to be honest, a little bit different. But I really still on the list is the L39 and the A10, a little bit further down the line for me, but that's what kind of sparked me into buying version 2. So just a couple odds and ends things, and the money was negligible. It was just a little bit different. So why do we like unboxing videos? And the reason I do an unboxing video is sometimes, like, I looked on YouTube, there wasn't many of these, a couple, so they are out there. But I like people to see, as well as I like to watch other people's. Hey, take it apart, see what it looks like. Is it hard to put together? Does it, look really cool outside of the box in real life rather than just pictures? And that's what kind of sparked me, and just a little bit, but they were kind of hard to find. So I'm going to do an unboxing video with you, and then I'll cut the series, and then I'll do another one with the assembly, which should be another short one. And I'll talk to you guys about a couple things that are there, the stands that I personally build for my own planes, which I really like. And then also I want to show you guys when I do balancing. This is a CG machine made by Great Plains. They're not around anymore. They are available. You could still find them at swap meets, at estate sales, or even on eBay. If you can get one of these things for balancing, dude, these things are the stuff. So I'll actually show you how I use my CG machine and how that works. That'll be in the second video, so make sure you check it out. And as always, if you like it, smash the subscribe button, and do me a favor, share it. Let's get all the information out there. Let's get tons of, people to sign up for my webpage or my YouTube page or others, just to get the information out there. So the more the merrier. So with that being said, let's cut into the box. It's not open. Just got home from work and here it is. So the FedEx guy, he's kind of on my crap list today. He drove through my yard when he delivered the stuff. So normally he's pretty good. He put it in my garage like he always does to keep it out of the weather. But today he drove through my yard. It doesn't make me happy, but not a whole lot that I'm going to do. I'm not going to complain because of the grass. It's wet, it's mushy, it's winter. We'll fix it anyway. So the box is kind of beat up on the outside. Turn this thing around. Get rid of the garbage. We recycle this stuff, by the way. God knows, I got enough of these airplane boxes in the last year. So anyway, this is what the box looks like. So this is the 80mm Futura. I like Free Wings boxes. I like how you just lift the top off and the styrofoam's there rather than the end boxes. We'll slide it out and see. It's definitely tight. Try not to get this stuff in the way. All right, so little tip for you: if you don't do it, put a little zip tie on your X-Acto knives. Keeps them from rolling on the floor. Pretty handy. So we'll get the typical foam cut open here. Looks like just a single layer. From what I've seen, this thing only takes like 10 minutes to put together. It only has a handful of screws. All right, so it's funny, you can almost look at these and it's like, man, this thing is got some pretty big horizontal stabs, but they're not. They're the wings. So they're a little on the, what looks to me to be short side, but the typical quick ball linkages. Got some flaps in there. We got our ailerons, nice looking spring-loaded retracts. I do like the color. I do like the teal. The graphics look to be nicely applied to it. It's got a pretty smooth foam finish on it. I don't know if you guys can see that there. So it looks like the wings are stacked in with a double layer of foam to protect them. Looks like it's done a good job. Decals are on there pretty well. Nice tape, nice finish. They look like small wings. I don't think this thing's going to take up a lot of space. Again, it's only a 41-inch wingspan, so turn and burn, baby. Some assembly may be required. There it is. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Allen head tapered screws. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 10 screws. That looks to be about all the assembly required. So there she is. There is the fuselage for this thing. So, pretty clean. No dents, no dings. Nicely shaped. Almost looks like one of those jet skis that you see. You know, those little submersible jet skis that can go underwater. It's almost what it reminds me, more of a boat, a speedboat than anything. Here's our horizontal stab, all one piece. I hate when they do this stuff. They use this tape that has the thread in it, and every time you peel it off, even though that you're never going to see that, I hate that stuff. It's always gooey and nasty. Wish they wouldn't use that, use something else. Horizontal stab, one piece stab. This does not have So just upon looking at this, so this is one of the things that I like to look at. And this is one of the things I like about motion RC stuff a ton. And FMS has, you know, as you look at this, this is an FMS made Futura, obviously, but I have an FMS Bayhawk, and it actually uses real hinges. Now, this is more along the lines of the E-Flight stuff. And when you look at the foam, this is all just a foam hinge. So the more you use it, the more likely it is to fall apart. And I've fixed some before, and it just sucks. It's a pain. So, word to the wise, and maybe I'll do it on my build video, I actually have hinge tape. And what I'm going to do is I'll apply hinge tape in all of these. I do it on the bottom side so you can't see it, but that way it just stabilizes it, because my Viper did that. And I wound up I didn't trust it on the fix, on the repair, so I just wind up buying a new wing set for it. So all of these that just have, I'm going to rotate this up. If you can see in there, there's no actual plastic hinge types. It's just a foam hinge. If you put tape in there, it actually holds those together so they don't fall apart. But you need to do it right out of the gate with this stuff. And looking at the wings have embedded hinges in the ailerons, and the rudder has a foam hinge here. The flaps have a foam hinge right here. So on the bottom side, I'm just going to apply a piece of hinge tape there, and this actually has a hinged aileron. So I don't know why they just don't use plastic hinges and everything. It's worth the extra couple bucks, because those things aren't so good. So that to me is on the downside. So carbon fiber tube, fiberglass tube. And then if you look here, the rudder is going to be the same way on this thing. So again, this rudder is just going to be a foam rudder. So we're definitely going to hinge this stuff. The hinge tape is like next to nothing. It's $1 a roll and it lasts you forever. Believe it or not, the hardest part is actually getting it creased in there the right way. So we'll fight with that on the build. So the build to put this thing together is literally going to be like 5 minutes. I'll go through the setup with you guys and stuff. Nice instruction manual from FMS. That's pretty much all it. That's everything that's in there. So, never seen one before. Never seen anybody at the field that has one. A friend of mine is actually building a big one with a really big EDF fan. So, this one will be a smaller version of that one, obviously. But, you know, for this stuff, for the price range is good. Pointy and fast is good for me. It'll work. So taking a look in the inside of the fuselage, you're going to have an XT90 connector. Nice wiring on the inside. Most of this stuff usually looks, if you can see in there, most of the time it's a rat's nest of wiring. This is pretty neat and tidy. It calls for a 4,000 pack. I think I have a 5,000, and I have some 5,200s that I'd like to try in there and see if they fit, if we can get them to balance out. I like to have a range of packs, because who knows what EDFs you're bringing with you on a certain day. But looks like, yeah, so we'll have a 5-minute build on this thing, and then it's going to be another hour to hinge this stuff. And the wings look like they just get held on with 2 screws and kind of plug and play. So we'll slide in the main wing spar there and then get the wings bolted on. That looks simple. So I think the biggest part of this is really going to be getting the hinges taped in there. So I definitely recommend that. Again, on the next episode, we'll do the hinges. I'll show you guys the CG stand. We'll talk about balancing. I'll show you how we tape the control surfaces on this thing. And then it'll just be up for a maiden. Again, weather stinks here in PA. Calling for snow this weekend. So unfortunately, I guess we're building up the airplane stash until we can get out to fly. So again, it's Brendan. Thanks for joining me again down here in the airplane layer. And if you like it, subscribe. Do a lot of videos on fly-ins, things like that. So I'll be posting some of those as soon as the weather breaks and we can get out. Also, I'll be sharing the maiden on this thing and telling you guys what I think of it. So quite a few EDFs in the profile. This thing will be a kind of intermediate before I jump over there to the L39 and definitely the A10 in the near future. So again, you guys have a great night. If you're watching the championship NCAA game, enjoy it. Hopefully this thing can get out and uploaded before then. So peace. Have a good night.